Welcome everyone, Team 7 back from another adventure. And this time we did something a little bit different. We went on a ride on the bike to Key West and back.
Calle Hueso.
Calle Hueso. It's a Miami thing. But anyway, Mazuela. Anyway, yeah, it was a great ride. Got soaking wet, it was fun. We did a lot. You didn't get to see a lot because the main focus of this was the actual ride. My dental hygienist wanted to do it. And everyone seemed to be nervous about going over 7 Mile Bridge. Like everyone I talked about it was always asking about the 7 Mile Bridge. And is it scary? You're gonna be out there over the water, blah, blah, blah. So kind of just showed it the entire trip of the 7 Mile Bridge and then built the rest of the video around it just so people can see it. So it won't be so scary. And yeah, encourage more people to actually do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. And it's kind of what we did with cruising too. Like, there was no rhyme or reason the way we record cruising. Well, we record cruising because all other videos were like whatever. And everybody asked us and we were just like, okay, let's show you what it's really like. For all the people running around, all the nonsense. I'm going down a rabbit hole. Hey, listen.
Indeed you are.
Shout out to all my fellow people with ADHD.
Squirrel!
I was just like right with the owl in the middle of the street. Anyway, we're dolphining here. In and out, bro.
This is you, bruh.
Oh, this is you. You encourage the nonsense. But anyway, yeah, we went out there. We did a lot.
Maybe you should start off by saying what we rode out there, in case people don't know.
Oh, did you see the other video?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Well, as you can see, it's a 2023 Harley Davidson Road Glide Special. Like I'll always say, nothing special about it, but it is what it is. It's mine's, aka La Vieja Negra, which all my bikes have names like that. Porn Star, Playmate, the Mistress, the Side Chick. Anyway, whatever. So yeah.
Should I be worried?
No, you should. Living vicariously through my motorcycles. Anyway, go ahead. So what do you want to say?
Nothing.
Oh, and if you're wondering too about the pack on my chest, that's from 511 Gear. It's a pack on my chest. Pack everything in there. Everything you're ever gonna need, you can put in that bag. You know what I'm saying? Everything you're ever gonna need on a trip like this. So.
Correct.
And we did it in 2 parts on the way down. We rode from Kissimmee to Hollywood, Florida to Margaritaville. We like Margaritavilles. It's kind of our speed. It's what we like. So we always, when we planning trips like this, we always look for Margaritaville.
Yep.
Or something similar.
This is our first time at Margaritaville, Hollywood. And if you've never been there, highly recommend. Great atmosphere, vibe, right on the ocean. It was a great place to stay.
It's on the beach, not on the ocean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So far, currently, my favorite Margaritaville.
Yeah.
By far. So, yeah.
Agreed.
Agree?
Mm-hmm.
Also, too, rides like this, so if you plan on doing a ride like this, you'll notice we're all wearing performance shirts that have SPF protection and long sleeves. So, you know, just to be comfortable.
Highly recommend.
Highly. And then when it gets wet, it kind of cool. And when you're sweating inside of it, it kind of cools down. So it keeps you comfortable. So highly recommend doing that. Other than that, as to where you stop, listen, I got a million suggestions on where to stop. I can make this trip another 20 times and still not stop every place I was told to stop. You know, I just don't got that much time in a day. I was told to stop a lot of places. In fact, I got a thing on my phone with a bunch of places to stop. But you have to figure that out for yourself. You know, I'm not one to sit. What interests you? Yeah. I've never been one to sit here and say, oh, you have to do this, or you have to do this, or do this, or do that. So I've never, if you go back and watch any of my videos, I'm never strongly suggesting anything like that. Yeah, so just do your research. You know, look at the map, see what interests you, what's on the way. Some things we went out of our way, like Sanity. Went to Sanity, I was actually out of the way. But picked up a few awesome pieces while we were there.
We did.
Would you say so?
Yeah. It was a good stop.
It was a great stop.
Good stop.
You're nodding your head again. You can't see you nodding your head.
It's okay.
So we left Sanity and rode down to Hollywood. Took us what, 5 hours?
5 hours.
5 hours to finally get from the time we left to Hollywood, Florida. To be honest, if we had more time, probably would have stopped at Jupiter. Like we were in Jupiter a few weeks earlier, but if we had more time, we could have stopped at Jupiter, did a day there, and then went down to Hollywood, and then you could have did a lot of things. Like I said, there's a million ways to do it. So, but went to Hollywood, and yeah, Margaritaville was a great resort once again, great room. It's make sure your parking pass works before you walk away from the front desk, because that turned out to be a pain in the ass when we were leaving.
It was an ordeal.
Yeah,
it was.
And we knew it wasn't working on the way in, but I just took the ticket, and then instead of going back to fix that, we were just going about the day. Went out to eat, had some drinks. The drinks were priced pretty fairly considering.
At the resort?
Yeah, at the resort.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, wasn't bad at all. Wasn't like one place in Key West, like $20 a drink.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
No. But
so if you do stay at the Margaritaville, there's a taco place called the Taco Joint. They have the cheapest shots of tequila you will ever have in your life. It's like $4 for a 2-ounce shot of tequila.
Make sure you get your credit card back.
Yes. The tequila tastes horrible, but if you're on a budget,
$4 tequila.
it's a $4 2-ounce shot.
It ain't gonna taste nothing like Fort de Laser, nothing. Nothing.
You may regret it the next day.
Yeah, in fact, when they got the check and they said, "Man, it was $4," I was like, "Shut up! Don't say nothing." I thought it was a mistake. Like I was like, "Just be quiet." But yeah, Taco Joint. They got a stack of credit cards too in their drawer for people who leave their credit cards behind. So make sure you don't get too many $4 shots.
They had banging corn.
The corn
on the cob was banging.
Yeah, they had the street corn on the cob. Yeah, it was good. So
it was really
can
good.
definitely recommend that. I don't know about the tacos.
No, I would skip the tacos.
Yeah, nobody felt good the next day.
No.
Thank God we wasn't leaving.
Yeah.
So yeah, but other than that, walking up and down the beach, they had live music and a stage. They have a whole little shopping area there. You get umbrellas. So
yeah. And 2 chairs. You get an umbrella and 2 chairs as part of your stay with the resort.
Yeah, so it definitely recommend that. So, and we're looking into possibly going back. So whether we ride out there again or go in the car and bring the childrens with us, but we're definitely looking forward to going back to Hollywood. And then we woke up a couple of days later and then headed out to Key West, which was interesting. So it was supposed to rain that day, but we actually made it without getting wet. Oh no, we got wet a little bit.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too
we
bad.
got wet on the way to Hollywood. Right before, it was like 20 minutes before we got to Hollywood, remember?
Oh, that's right. It
we got
started
soaked.
raining. Yeah. So, and then Key West, it started raining a little bit once you see Route 1, you'll see the barriers go from gray to like a teal green, like a seafoam green, and that's pretty much your indication that you're leaving the continuous United States and headed down to the Keys. So, and then it started raining a little bit there on the way to Key Largo.
Nothing bad though. Like
No,
we
nothing
weren't
bad at all.
soaked. We weren't even moist.
Yeah, it was just misting. It
Mist.
it felt good because it was hot. It's right now it's hot in Florida. It's hot as hell. So then we stopped at Caribbean Club, which was a great stop. It was well timed. By the time we got there, we was all ready to get up, thirsty, got something to drink.
Cash only bar, by the way.
Cash only. Yep, cash only. Watch your
Wonderful
step.
view in the back.
Watch your step headed into the restroom.
Oh. It does say it on the floor.
I was not looking at all. But yeah, and they got the back area where you can sit out on the water. We were watching the guys feeding the tarpon. Remember, everybody's like, "What is that? Dolphin? Is that a shark?" It was a tarpon. But yeah, that was a great stop.
It was a good stop.
And then, like I said, I got a list on my phone. Look, I'll tell you, every place I was told to stop that we didn't stop. So we stopped at Caribbean Club and the No Name Pub. We had to stop at the No Name Pub because
The No Name Pub was pretty cool.
it was cool. Yeah, with all those dollars hanging up everywhere. There's
Videos don't really do it justice. Like, you literally have to see
oh yeah,
the ambiance inside.
yeah, exactly. You really have to go in there.
It's a cool place.
Yeah. So I was told to stop at Robert is Here Fruit Stand, which is in Florida City, right before you get on. Key Largo Fisheries, the Rain Barrel Village, which you passed by, had the giant lobster. Blonde Giraffe, Key Lime Pie Factory, the Wild Bird Sanctuary. I was told to eat at Harriet's, Dolphin Plus Marina, Rain Barrel Village, Theater of the Sea was pretty awesome. We passed by.
We passed by. It had a really nice entrance.
That entrance was really nice.
Really cool.
Yeah, it rivaled the theme parks here. Like they actually had a nice entrance than SeaWorld did. The SeaWorld does, I should say. It was pretty cool. So there you go. Look at me playing with the shirt. See that shirt right there? Buy that shirt. It's a good shirt. But anyway, yeah. So I was told to stop at all these places, but we really just was.
I mean, it took us 6 hours to get to Key West, and we made beyond our normal, like, gassing up. We stopped, 2-3 times besides gas, right?
Yeah, so we stopped at Caribbean Club.
No Name Pub.
And No Name Pub, and that was it.
Yeah, okay. And
then the gassing up.
Yeah.
And fueling up.
And it took us 6 hours. So, yeah, from Hollywood. So you have to imagine.
Yeah, exactly. You stop at all these places.
If you stop too many places, it's going to be forever for you to get there.
Yeah, it's going to be an all-day event. So we just wanted to get there and just relax. I mean, if we were in a car, it would have been some people like we were in the truck with the AC pumping. It would have been like, yeah, whatever. We'll get there when we get there. But on the bike, it was like, especially now, like if the weather was a little cooler, then maybe you just lollygag a little bit longer. But yeah, it was hot. So it was very hot. Then we get to Key West. Stayed at the Key West Beach House, which used to be a Sheraton or something.
That's what they said. I think it's changed names several times.
Yeah.
Definitely not as good as Hollywood, but it's in a great location. So I will give it that.
Yeah, it's in a great location. Yeah, it's a good location.
Close to everything. They offer a free shuttle. Take you to Duval.
Yeah, that was the thing, the free shuttle. But if you want to be in the middle of all the rah stuff, just stay as close as you can to Duval. Duval is where everything is going on. That's where all the clubs are and everything. So, yeah, and million key lime pie places. They were all good. They were all good. They're not green either. So if you was expecting to see green key lime pie, that's not the place.
You don't want that key lime.
You don't want that, exactly. Exactly.
We went to Kermit's Key Lime. Really good. It's over there on Duval, right?
I can't remember.
There's where they do the snorkeling and stuff. It's really good. Kermit's. It's really good. We got the pie, and then they had some lemon white chocolate cookies. They're really good as well.
Yeah, they had the cookies. The cookies were really good. So it's funny too, because I think somewhere in the video you'll see you eating the key lime pie. And
that's good.
I wasn't recording when we were eating the cookies, but the cookies were real good. So it was a lot of fun. Definitely recommend doing it. Whether you're in a car or on a bike, it's definitely one of those places to go. If you're going on, like some people stop down a cruise, you're really not going to get a feel for what Key West is. Like you're really not. So
no, because unless you're there at night and get to see some of the nightlife that happens.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Aquaplex. They have drag shows. Probably one of the best drag shows that I've seen. And I've seen quite a few.
Yeah.
And it's mostly because they brought in live performers. You don't really see
they
a lot
weren't
of
lip
that.
syncing. Yeah, they were
no
actually
lip
singing.
syncing. Yeah.
So.
It was really good. It was really good.
It really was. And they had the one, the young person. I can't remember what their name was. But they put on one hell of a show.
Yeah.
They put on one. So yeah, it was cool. And Sloppy Joe's was
I like
great.
Sloppy Joe's.
Sloppy Joe's was great. Definitely, that's another place. If you go to Key West, like I said, Sloppy Joe's is cool. They had some sweet potato waffle fries with some honey mustard. And it was really good. Cuban sandwich was excellent. I had a Cuban sandwich. Food was good. The band, what was the band called? Sloppy Seconds.
Sloppy Seconds.
Yeah,
It's their specific band.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're really good.
Yeah, they were good. They were
really good.
They were a lot of fun.
They underplayed how good they were.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're just like, oh, we're just no name.
Yeah, I'm retired and he's a mortgage broker, blah blah blah. So
yeah,
they definitely downplayed how good they really were. But that
they're
was
really good.
Yeah, they were really good. It was a lot of fun. So I didn't realize we were walking around Margaritaville in Hollywood this long.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, it's playing in the background while we're voicing over. We're actually watching what you're watching again. So we can sit there and kind of do a play-by-play, you know. But anyway, so yeah, it was a lot of fun. And as always, if you have any questions about it, just leave them in the comments. We'd be more than happy to talk to you about whatever questions you may have. I mean, prices vary. Everybody always asks, how much does it cost? How this, that, what's expected? Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Sort of like the song said in the beginning, right? Are you living or are you just breathing? Which is kind of a perfect song for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
It
was definitely an adventure. I will definitely say that. I would do it again. I don't know if I would do it 9 hours on a bike again. Because think about it. When we left, we didn't talk about us leaving.
Yeah,
we
we got
were.
there yet.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, go ahead. Go.
Oh, okay. No, we were planning to leave around 11. The day it didn't really matter the day, but on the day of departure, we were planning to leave midday and then ride about halfway, maybe somewhere in Miami, stop, stay there overnight, and then do the rest of the way. Just so happens there was a big storm coming in, and they predicted like 15 inches of rain coming and hitting.
In Overseas Parkway, being shut down. Yeah,
and then hitting Key West. So we, instead of us leaving later, we ended up packing and heading out around 7:30 in the morning.
7:38 to be exact.
Yes, it was. It was 7:38. And that's when we headed out. We did get soaking wet on the way, on the ride. We stopped once and then somehow managed to get in the gap of the rain.
Yeah, when we left, we were watching the radars because we were on the My Radar. That's another thing. I suggest My Radar. If you ride, My Radar is, especially when you got the notifications on, that'll give you notifications for the area you're in with your location on. So, we had My Radar. We saw the way the storm was coming in, and we saw that we can actually, if we left, we can get in between two bands of rain. So on the way out, there was rain in front of us and rain behind us. And we got out of there. We drove right in between those two bands all the way into Key Largo. And then once we swung around to head towards Miami, up Route 1 into Florida City, that's when we got hit with the rain.
We got hammered.
Once we got into Florida City, we got hammered. We were so wet. Went a few exits, right? Mm-hmm. And then pulled over. In fact, we pulled over by the stadium, by Seminole Hard Rock Stadium. Went to the Wawa. I was so wet. I was freezing. I was shivering uncontrollably
and we were
in
soaked.
the Wawa. So
we were soaked.
Yeah. So
we stayed there. What, about 45 minutes?
We stayed about 45 minutes. Yeah, and then because we were watching the radar, and it said in a few minutes the rain was going to slow down. So we figured, okay, we'll get back on the bikes, and at that time it wasn't raining in Palm Beach County. So in the in the Riviera Beach, Palm Beach Airport area, which was State Road 80, I believe. So we got on the bike and said, let's go. We're gonna get there. Once we get there, we'll stop. And then as we got closer, Nancy was like, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going. Because once we were there, we were only like 2 hours and 20 minutes from home.
Yeah. And we were already soaked. No sense of getting soaked 2 days because rain was coming again the next day. So it didn't really matter. We were going to get soaked. Yeah. So it was just like, let's just keep going. But it was a 9-hour ride by the time we got home.
Yeah. We decided to do 95 instead of the Turnpike because the way the exits are. Turnpike don't have too many exits. 95 has a bunch. So we went to 95, rode up 95.
In case we needed to stop.
In case we we had to pull off and stuff like that. And plus they have rest areas and all other stuff on 95. So, And once we pulled over in the rest area, it stopped raining by the time we got to like Boynton Beach area. That's like Boynton. It stopped the raining. We were drying off. We pulled into a rest area. We all looked at each other and said, let's go. So we're gonna go to State Road 70, cut across to the turnpike, and then just haul ass to the house. And that's what we did.
One thing we didn't mention, we did travel with another couple. Shout out to Bobby and Marvin.
Yep.
Great travel companions.
Oh, yeah.
They were such troopers in this whole thing.
Yeah, they were.
Luckily, they have the same let's get it done mentality we did, because if not, it could have been a rough ride. But it was great. Shout out to both of them.
Yeah. And that's my thing, too. Having all the riding experience I have, I was always asking, too, do you want to go or do you not want to? Because I can go all day. I can go all day. I mean, I drive for a living, so 500, 600, 700 miles in a day is common for me. So yeah. And they were like, let's go. And we went. So, but yeah, shout out to them, because I know that was just, yeah. So.
We was definitely troopers.
Oh, yeah.
So is there anything that you wish you would have done differently during the trip?
I wish I would have bought a rain suit when I thought about buying a rain suit.
High five on that one. Secret handshake. Absolutely. That was my one thing that I was going to say. I wish we would have brought rain suit.
Yep. I wish I had rain gear with me.
Yeah. We did not have rain gear, which we did not talk about that. We got soaked, meaning we really were soaked.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely would have brought rain gear. I'm with you on that. Next time, it'll happen.
I definitely would have brought rain gear, and I definitely wouldn't have packed so much. I mean, I took a lot of stuff with me that I really
Same.
just, and then the clothes we're riding in. If you look, we go multiple days, you see us wearing the same clothes. It's because we were taking them off and just washing them and hanging them up, wash them in the sink, whatever, hang it up, and then put it back on. Of course, I had 2 shirts, I had the flow grown shirt that I wore on the way back, which was the shirts with the hoodie and the neck gaiter all built in. Yeah.
I still prefer the Under Armour compression.
Yeah. With the neck gaiter and stuff.
With the neck gaiter, I prefer that over the flow grown, only because I don't feel the wind, the shirt beating on my skin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right, from the wind hitting it.
Yeah.
I prefer the full compression.
But yeah, I just would have took rain gear with me. So other than that, yeah. And like I said, I just would have packed the less. Really didn't need some of the stuff we had. Yeah. You definitely didn't need all the shoes you took. So
I wore them all.
It doesn't matter. You still didn't need them.
I still wore them all. I definitely would have packed less.
Yeah.
I also recommend neck gaiter. If you're gonna ride, if you're not gonna wear a helmet, pack a neck gaiter.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't want to get redneck,
yeah,
and burnt, or your face burned. Actually, Anthony,
my face was completely
burnt. His nose was completely burned and peeling.
I'm still peeling skin off. So that was last week. But yeah, so it was a great ride. Definitely recommend anybody who's ever thought about doing, maybe want to do it. I mean, yeah. So
I will say the experience was so much different being on the bike than in the car, because especially going over like the 7 Mile Bridge, smelling the ocean, and just being in that environment. Like just full out. Yeah. And just things are different. Like you feel more alive.
It's visceral.
And in the moment.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I like riding too, and because it touches all the senses. You're definitely a part of what's going on. So you can feel, smell. You open your mouth long enough, you can taste whatever's flying. Oh no!
This is where the neck gaiter comes into place. You don't open your mouth.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, being on a bike, for me, I love riding. Like I said, I drive for a living, and I've been to Key West several times as a motor coach operator. So driving down there and working to be down there, which absolutely sucked ass. But yeah, it was so much better to go down there, like this, and just just way better than going in the car. I know not everybody rides. So.
Anything else you would have wanted to do?
Anything else I would have wanted to do? I mean, I could have just stayed there long and just did more stuff.
I think I would have liked to probably stay in Key West at least another day or two.
Yeah.
Because we did some of the nightlife. We really didn't do any of like the other tourist things, like the Hemingway House.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I know they're very touristy, but, you know.
We didn't even go to the beach down there. So, by the way, all the beaches are man-made.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not like a
Not the best.
natural beach. Like it's not like Hollywood, the beach there.
Yeah,
It's not the same.
Speaking of those waffle fries.
I know. They were delicious.
You know, if I'm showing food, you know they had to be good
They
because
were
I don't ever show my food. So if you ever want to know about food or see how food is on cruise ships, go follow my boy Rob.
Shout out to Rob.
Shout out to Rob. Here today, where tomorrow. Shout out to him. So if you ever want to see what food is like on a cruise line,
He's your man.
He's your man. Go subscribe to his channel. So
He got some good content.
Yeah. It's called Here Today, Where Tomorrow. So it's pretty cool. This place, I wanted to buy a shirt. I don't know why. Big Dicks. Man, he had some of the funniest shirts ever.
He did have some fun. Oh, look, there's the Key Lime place.
There's the Key Lime place. Oh, look, it's Key Lime place. So yeah. Also, too, if you're gonna go down to the southernmost point and the mile marker 1, try to do that late. So
Either early or late because there was a line.
Oh yeah, the buoy was a line.
Oh gosh, there was a massive line to be able to take a picture by that. What is it? Is it a buoy?
The southernmost point, yeah. The buoy.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah. So we got there pretty late. So, so when we went to mile marker 1 the day we came in, so it was like 7:30, almost 8 o'clock when we got there. So there was nobody there. In fact, as we were walking away, right, people started coming up in cars like, "Oh, can you take my picture?" So we was taking other people's pictures. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, something to do next time we go down there. Definitely gonna ride again. I don't know when, but definitely gonna ride again.
Ride again, as in
Ride to Key West again. I'm definitely gonna do that again.
Stopping along the way, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also too, I had something, you know, I had things to do when we came back. So I had like 14 days off of work, but I had other things to do. So this was like, let's go down there and do that. And then I got back and, you know, had other things to do. So, you know, so that's why it was the push to get back.
No, it wasn't. It was the weather was the push.
No, but we could have stayed another day. If I didn't have to drive up to Georgia, we could have stayed. You don't think so? Yeah, we could have stayed.
The rain. We would have been flooded in Key West.
That's fine. I could a lot worse places to be flooded in. I would have been fine with
I mean,
that.
I guess.
I would have been fine. Yeah, so. Anything else you would like to add? Anything you would have done differently?
I wouldn't have rode all the way back. At the end. I mean, you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
But I wouldn't want to ride 9 hours on the back of a bike again.
Yeah. Imagine being the person who's actually piloting the bike. Imagine that guy. That guy felt like. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. You got to do what you got to do. That's the one thing about riding too. You have to be flexible. You know, if you have high expectations, I need this, I need that, I need to do that. You know, I mean, if you're like that, then yeah, maybe not. You know, if you need things to go your way, because I can tell you all my years of riding, I've been riding a long time. When you're planning trips like this or doing things like this, it's not going to go the way you expect. So you got to be open to what's going on around you, because shit's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Shit is definitely going to happen. So, you know.
Definitely going to have to go to plan B sometime along the way.
Maybe plan C.
Exactly.
Maybe plan D. Who knows? But you got to, you know, just got to be open towards it and just not be so stuck. And that's like everything else, though. And no, anytime you go on vacation, it's just, you know, there's a difference between a good time and a bad time. You know, expectation and perspective. So, there you go again. I said that. That's how many times I've said that in the video. I've said that a few times. I have to go back and count it. Okay. But anyway. We're Babylon. Look, 90 miles to Cuba from right there. Pay no attention to the edge of that building or the Navy base we just passed. That is all further south than that point. Forget about all that stuff. Just that's the furthest.
You see the line? That's not all the line.
Is ridiculous. So
yeah.
That line was crazy. So, but anyway, You done? Said all you had to say?
I think so.
All right. To the next adventure. Deuces.